welcome to my channel. My name is Abby. If you're watching me for the first time, I'd like to say thank you so very much, and please subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button, and when you do, turn on the notification bell as well. That way you get notified whenever there's a new video on this channel. And there'll be new videos every week. I make videos on motherhood, family, lifestyle, and all of that good stuff. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so very much. This weekend is my 6th wedding anniversary weekend, and I am super duper excited about it. First of all, I am grateful to God because it is only by His grace and His mercy. One of my favorite verses in the Bible is that it's not of him that willeth, not is it of him that runneth, but it is only by God who shows mercy. And it is evident to my family that God has indeed been merciful to us. And I do not take that for granted. So yes, 6 years in marriage. And I want to share with you 6 lessons that I've learned in the past 6 years of marriage. First lesson is that you will go to bed angry. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. I'm sure you've heard a lot of people say, do not go to bed in anger. Make sure that you sort out whatever issues you and your husband or you and your wife have. Don't go to bed in anger. Don't go to bed in anger. Don't go to bed in anger. Well, in the past 6 years, I've learned that there are times when you will, unfortunately, go to bed in anger. That's not because you don't want to have the issue resolved. Just be due to the fact that no one is ready to talk about it at the time. And to be honest, I found that in the past 6 years, it's actually okay for us to revisit whatever disputes we have the following day. We don't have to sit all night and talk about it. We don't have to sit all day and talk about it on the day that we have any disagreements or any disputes. It is okay. I have found and I have accepted that for me, for my marriage, it's okay to resolve your disputes later. Now, later is discretionary. It's up to you to define and determine what works for you and for your marriage. But now I have absolutely accepted the fact that it's okay for us to talk about whatever we want to talk about some other day. Second lesson that I have learned is that it is important to communicate about everything. One thing that I have found is silence and keeping quiet can breed resentment. I am very big on communication anyway. If you know me very well, if you're close to me, you know that I'm very big on communication. I want to talk about everything. I am very detailed. I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about how this happened, why that happened, when this happened, and all of that. So I have now since realized even much more that communication is absolutely important. I cannot undermine the role of communication in marriage. Be an open book to your partner. Communicate how you feel, what you feel. Don't assume that because the person is your husband or your wife, they can read your mind or they can decipher what is going on in your head. You just might be wrong. Communication is absolutely important in marriage. Third lesson is be quick to apologize and forgive. And I am sure that I am preaching to the church with this. As a matter of fact, I'm preaching to myself as well. For me, this is really key, just as much as any other thing really in your marriage. In a lot of circumstances, you honestly have to let go of your pride and apologize in instances where you know that you are absolutely wrong. And sometimes, even in instances where you know that you are not wrong, depending on the situation, and also forgive your partner. Listen, no one is perfect, right? And I'm sure that in a lot of marriages there are laid down rules and there are deal breakers, right? But for whatever it is that is not a deal breaker in your marriage, and if it so happens it's absolutely necessary, I have found that you need to forgive your partner and move on. I know that a lot of people don't find forgiveness particularly easy, but the truth is we receive forgiveness daily, and it's crucial in a marriage that you learn to forgive. After all, there are going to be times when you offend your partner and you're going to seek their forgiveness as well. So forgiveness and apologies are absolutely essential. Fourth lesson that I've learned in the last 6 years of marriage is the fact that it's okay to play to your individual strengths yet remaining a team. Marriage is a coming together of two different people with two different personalities, upbringing, background, and all whatnot. So there's some things that you're probably so very good at and your partner is lacking, and vice versa. So now I've learned the things that I'm good at, likewise the things that my husband is good at. And what I do now is I play to my strength a lot of times. And likewise my husband as well. So we play to each other's strengths. I don't make him feel some type of way if I exhibit strength in a particular area much more than he does, and we work together as a team because this life, we cannot come and kill ourselves. You can't do it all. You can't do everything all by yourself. That's why it's a marriage, right? It's a partnership. So play to your strength, know what you're good at, know what you're weak at, and be willing to work together on that basis. Fifth lesson I've learned is being supportive of my husband. There's so many decisions your partner is going to take that you aren't necessarily fond of, but because it's a marriage, you just have to suck it up and support your partner. Prayerfully, sometimes perhaps support your partner, keeping your fingers crossed, hoping that your family is better for that decision. So yes, this is my charge to you. Be prepared to find yourself in some situations where you would tell yourself, oh God, you're making the biggest mistake ever. But because of one reason or the other, you find yourself being supportive of that decision and just praying and hoping that it doesn't turn out to be a catastrophe. The sixth and final lesson that I've learned in the past 6 years of marriage is showing up every day. It's very easy to get overwhelmed and soaked in the hustle and bustle of our daily activities, growing a family, particularly if you have children, pursuing your career, pursuing your personal development goals, and all of that. It is very easy to get lost in all of those things and just sort of start doing your own thing. But I have learned that I need to show up every day for my husband, for my commitment to my marriage, and that means me being intentional about certain things that I do. That means me making an effort in a lot of things that I do. Just generally having an awakening that this is not just about me anymore. This is indeed bigger than me. And just ensuring that I'm there and I am present. So it's been 6 amazing years for me. As a matter of fact, I think this past 6 years has by far been one of the most interesting phases of my life, and I'm looking forward to so many beautiful years with my husband, and I cannot thank God enough for the beautiful family that he has blessed me with. It's my heartfelt prayer for anybody who desires marriage that God is going to meet you at the point of your needs. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.